So Chapter 7, which will be combined with Chapter 8 because Chapter 7 is not quite long enough to test by itself, focuses on mean, median, mode, range, quartiles, interquartile range, box and whisker plots, stem and leaf plots. Chapter 8 will do histograms and bar graphs. So this is a lot of data analysis, which is why we skipped it and are coming back to it. It kind of interrupts the flow, going from, whole numbers to decimals to fractions to negative numbers to your one-step equations. This is in the middle of all of that, but I always feel like it doesn't belong there. So I move it. So today we're going to talk about mean, median, mode, and range. Mean is the average of a data set. To calculate it, we add up all the numbers and we divide by how many numbers there are. You will be allowed the use of a calculator for this unit, so that won't be too terribly difficult. The median is the middle if there's an odd number, or the mean of the two middle numbers if there's an even set of numbers, in a data set that we've put in order from least to greatest. And that'll be the first thing we do with every data set we come across. We'll put it in order from smallest to biggest. Mode is the number that occurs most often. Could be no mode if nothing repeats, or more than one mode if some numbers repeat the same number of times. And range is the width of a data set. You find that by subtracting the biggest and smallest numbers. So we're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range of each data set. And I'm going to have 3, I believe. Yes. So the first thing we're always going to do is put these in order from least to greatest. So the smallest number in this set is 3, and there are 2 of them. And I do cross them out as I go. Then there's a 4. There's a 6. And then there are 3 8s. And I always go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in my list, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good, I got all the numbers. Now, we're asked to find the mean. To get the mean, we're going to add all of these numbers. And you have a calculator, but I'm going to say it out loud. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 8 is 24, plus 8 is 32, plus 8 is 40. And we divide by how many numbers there are, which we already know there's 7 from figuring out if I got all of them. So we have to do 40 divided by 7. We're allowed to use a calculator for that. And we're going to round it off to 1 decimal place. We're going to just say 5.7 and be done. It's a much longer decimal, but it's 5.7 when we round it. Median is the number in the middle. And the easiest way to find it, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I like to go through and I say, okay, I'm going to knock off the bottom and the top. And I don't actually cross them out because I may need to use these numbers later. So I just underline. Knock off the bottom and the top, bottom and the top, and the number in the middle, 6. Mode means the number that happens most often. There are 3 8s and no other number appears 3 times, so the mode is 8. And the range is simply the highest number, 8, minus the lowest number, 3. So the range is 5. Let's do it again. First thing we always do is put the numbers in order from smallest to biggest. So the smallest number here appears to be a 5. And then there are 2 6s. Cross those off. There are 2 7s. There are 2 8s. There are 2 9s, and there's a 91. So did I get all the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Got them all. I don't know why I wrote mode when we're not going to do that first. Pardon me. We're going to do the mean first. So for mean, remember, we add up all the numbers, and I'm using a calculator this time. 5 plus 6 plus 6, plus 7 plus 7, plus 8 plus 8, plus 9 plus 9, plus 91. That's 156. And we divide that by the number of numbers. There are 10 numbers here. So that is, to one decimal place, 15.6. That one's nice. It just stops. Median. So we'll use the same trick I did last time. Underline the bottom and top, bottom and top, bottom and top, bottom and top. And now there are 2 numbers left in the middle. This 7 and 8. I can't underline them both because then there's nothing left. This is a set where there are 2 numbers in the middle because there's an even number of numbers. 10 is even. So to get the median here, all we do is add those 2 numbers up and divide by 2. 7 plus 8 is 15. Half of 15 is 7.5. And some of you may be saying, I don't need to do that addition, Mr. Noy. I know that in between 7 and 8, the middle is 7.5. And to you, I say, great. So you don't actually need to do the math there. Sometimes that'll happen, and I'm fine with you not writing down the math if it's in between 2 consecutive numbers. But you're going to see on the next set, it's going to be between 2 numbers that are a distance apart. So I want to show you how to do it properly. Mode is the number that occurs most often. And in this set, there are 4 numbers that each repeat twice. So they are all modes. This set has 4 modes, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the range, we do the biggest number minus the smallest number. So we're going to do 91 minus 5. 91 take away 5 is 86. The last set, which let me do this real fast. That'll keep it from jumping around on me. Okay, so let's put this in order. It's 12, 28, 53, 101. Mean, we will add those 4 numbers up. So 12 and 28 and 53 and 101 all go together to make 194. When we divide that by 4, we get 48.5. Median, the middle. So top and bottom, and there are 2 numbers in the middle. Now, for those of you that knew exactly what was between 7 and 8, do you know exactly what's between 28 and 53? I don't know what's between 28 and 53, and this is like the 4th time I've done this set of notes. Now, granted, 4th time in 4 years. So I add these up, 28 plus 53, and whatever I get, I'll divide by 2. So 28 plus 53 is 81. 81 divided by 2 is 40.5. Mode is the number that occurs most often. However, there is a restriction on that. It has to at least be a number that's repeated. Since nothing here repeats, there is no mode. That's not 0. If you write down 0, that's a number, it's wrong. You must write down the word none when you tell me that the mode doesn't exist. And last, the range. Highest number minus smallest number. 101 take away 12 is 89.